For years, XRP holders have been hearing about this crazy event, aka the Flip the Switch event. And I have to admit, a lot of people don't understand what the actual Flip the Switch event really means. But in my opinion, we just witnessed something that I would argue is the Flip the Switch event. And we have to talk about it. We're going to be addressing it because everything from that point on has changed. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So Bitcoin is still failing to hit over $100,000. We got very close today, but I do believe that we are going to see it. Outside of Bitcoin, though, if we look at the top 24-hour gainers, guys, a lot of these projects are utility-based projects. XLM, ADA, Algo, ICP, Avalanche, HBAR, XRP. A lot of these projects people have ridiculed and laughed at for years. They are now the top gainers in the last 24 hours. And the 7-day, don't even get me started on the 7-day with over 100% gains on some of these projects, over 70% almost on XRP. I mean, guys, it has been a very exciting last 7 days. It's been a very exciting last 30 days as well. If we actually look at the last 30 days in the top 500, guys, across the board, there are some very solid moves being made. Yes, there's a lot of, mixture here with meme coins and stuff, but a lot of the gainers in the top 500 in the last 30 days are projects that I actually hold, even Telcoin, for an example. So I absolutely love the last 30 days. I'm sure that a lot of you can relate, but for the most part, what's going on? What happened? Was there a big Flip the Switch event? Well, a lot of people have been posting a lot about, what Trump has been, pushing, which I've also included a lot of this in videos. I just really want to quickly, show you guys what's been happening over the last roughly week or so. First and foremost, Trump was considering creating the first ever White House crypto roll, followed by a ton of crypto-based companies, including, of course, Ripple, Kraken, Circle, all looking to join this, council. Essentially, it's a crypto advisory council. This is to overhaul U.S. policy and ultimately, start to push crypto innovation forward in the U.S. On top of this, Gary Gensler announced that he is stepping down as the SEC chair, which, again, massive announcement, pushing markets even higher. But then also the CFTC. A lot of people miss this, but CFTC advisors recommend use of tokenized assets. The Global Markets Advisory Committee of the CFTC voted to approve use of tokenized non-cash collateral and to send its recommendations to the full CFTC. The recommendations relate to how registered firms can use DLT for holding and transferring non-cash collateral. This could greatly increase adoption of tokenized assets since many market participants want to pledge digital assets as collateral to gain capital efficiencies. Again, acceptance of tokenized assets and technically also utility-based projects because a lot of them are focused on tokenized assets. But then also, we have Congress. This happened on November 13th, by the way. Pegged to the US dollar, stablecoins are transforming global finance with a market worth $176 billion. They support financial inclusion and strengthen the dollar's global dominance. Congress must act to create clear regulatory frameworks to foster innovation, stability, and economic growth. And then we just got this today, which this is from the Blockchain Association. They actually just submitted a letter to President-elect Trump and new Congress outlining priorities impacting the crypto industry to consider in the first 100 days. Now, number one, the path to smart crypto regulation is clear. Congress must lead on market structure and stablecoin legislation. When Washington works together, we can protect consumers and unlock the next wave of financial innovation. The senseless debanking of crypto companies must end. How can American innovation or innovators compete globally when they can't even access basic banking services? We're talking about legitimate businesses that create jobs and pay taxes. This discrimination hurts U.S. competitiveness. Also, it's time for new leadership at the SEC. The regulation by enforcement era created uncertainty and stifled innovation. We need a transparent framework that gives builders clarity while protecting investors. it's past time for a new innovation first approach. And then, of course, Treasury and IRS rules need to reset. Overreaching proposals like the broker rule threaten to drive promising projects offshore. We need tax policies that respect privacy, support developers, and keep America competitive in the digital asset race. And then, of course, we propose a crypto advisory council to help craft detailed fit-for-purpose regulations through collaboration with Congress and regulators. Public-private partnerships are essential to establishing smart rules that respond to the tech and protect consumers. And then, of course, the next administration and new Congress have a historic opportunity to establish American leadership in crypto innovation. We look forward to working with them to ensure a bright future for the digital asset industry in the United States. Now, this is what led me to, really kind of address what's happening here. Because, yeah, these are all big moves being made. But I want you guys to understand that the election was on November 5th. Okay? November 5th was the election. It's been roughly 2 weeks and about roughly almost 4 days. Since then, we have seen nothing but major updates pushed. This is what led me to say this over on X. We 100% have witnessed the flip the switch event. What exactly was the event? It was the complete 180 that has happened since the election. With the news of Trump becoming president, it feels like the entire space has changed. The real flip the switch event was the destruction of the anti-crypto agenda and the acceptance that this asset class has a massive amount of potential tied to it. Everything seems to have changed overnight for the entire crypto market. XRP is now trading over $1.40. XLM is going parabolic. HBAR is surging in value. You could even throw in ADA, XDC, Algo, and many others in there too. Did you notice something though? Most of these large gainers are utility-based projects, the same projects that have been laughed at and ridiculed for years. Something has changed. It's the fact that regulatory moves are beginning in large ways, and it feels like we are on the cusp of the US becoming a crypto hub. I will say one thing. I am extremely happy to see all of you that had the patience and stayed determined through the noise winning. Here is to much larger moves and financial freedom. And yes, I truly do believe that this is exactly what happened. We did see a complete 180 turnaround. I don't need to tell you guys that. If you've been around crypto for the last roughly I just want to say 4 years. Because for the last 4 years, yeah, this entire space was targeted, attacked. If you've been around for the last 4 years, you know that in the last 2 weeks, the last 4 years have been completely changed. We have witnessed the biggest 180 ever. And now, as we think about this, right? We go back to the CFTC, right? Because outside of just recommendation of use of tokenized assets, guys, I want to play a video clip here. Okay, and this is from Subjective Views. I'm going to speculate that XRP will be classified as a utility token and will be regulated under the CFTC. This was November 21st. This is CFTC Commissioner Caroline DePam. I'm going to obviously talk about her in a second, but check this video clip out.
There's no doubt that innovators and creators are eager to incorporate the benefits of tokenization for financial and non-financial assets. What is in doubt is whether they'll receive consistent, predictable treatment from regulators, absent clear foundational understanding of what is the possibility of this emerging technology and how can it be used for real economic growth and expansion in the real economy and in the digital economy. Without such guidance, innovators seeking to develop the use cases for utility tokens are left to feel around in the dark and hope that they don't inadvertently stumble into an enforcement action. We need to change that. We need to deliver the needed clarity that empowers American innovation with clear rules of the road, that also not only provide a path to registration or clear regulatory treatment, but that also ensures that there are safeguards in place. The CFTC can be a leader in this space And the GMAC is already blazing the trail for us with its thoughtful work streams.
And again, you know, the CFTC has major ties back to Ripple. Here you have Caroline D. Pam. By the way, this is middle of the lawsuit with the SEC. You know, Ripple is still being targeted, attacked. We have the CFTC commissioner, Caroline D. Pam, at Ripple headquarters in the US, meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. But also over here, we have a utility token equals a non-security commodity under US law. Check this out.
The subcommittee working group recognizes that new legislation could further clarify jurisdictional boundaries and regulatory responsibilities. However, these recommendations are designed to deliver clarity to market participants and entrepreneurs under the existing legislative framework here in the United States. And while the recommendations to follow provide a framework that, if achieved, would result in a utility token being considered a non-security commodity under US law.
So outside of all of this, right, these players like the CFTC are now working with Congress. Everyone's working with Congress. Everyone is trying to push, you know, crypto forward. We're trying to get, you know, laws created. We're trying to get regulatory clarity for the entire space. This is all to build up to the point of acceptance of crypto, acceptance of the innovation. And it's crazy that all of this has been happening since the election. Go back prior. I'm telling you guys right now, there was not much movement at all on crypto. It feels like a new day. It feels as though we have completely witnessed a massive change in crypto. Even for an example, over here, this is a video clip. This is SEC Commissioner, right? Mark Uyeda, which, by the way, if you know, Mark Uyeda, this is the first time that he's calling for safe harbors and regulatory sandboxes to allow for innovation in the crypto industry. This is very interesting. Check it out.
The SEC Commissioner Mark Uyeda joins me now. Commissioner, Trump wants to make America the world's crypto capital. How will the next SEC chair make it happen?
Well, good morning, Stuart. One of the things that President Trump is absolutely right is the current administration's war on crypto needs to stop. There are a number of things that we can do with respect to crypto to help make America one of the global leaders in crypto. First off, from a regulatory perspective, we can provide the appropriate clarity. Some crypto is not even a security at all, but we need to make clear whether or not you fall within SEC jurisdiction or not. If you do, we need, again, a set of rules so those players in this space know what to do, whether it's making an offering, if you're a broker-dealer, how you handle those sorts of transactions, how you custody and safeguard those, what it means for asset managers. One of the other very important things we can do is to create safe harbors and regulatory sandboxes to allow that innovation to occur. And finally, we need to work with the Congress, the White House, and other federal regulatory agencies to make sure we have a cohesive and comprehensive approach to crypto.
Well, you seem to have a pretty firm grasp of where you want to take the SEC. Gensler steps down on January the 20th when Trump comes in. Would you want the job? Would you take it?
Well, that's a decision for the president to make. What I can tell you is that whoever steps in that job, there is a lot of work that needs to be done to address some of the regulatory excesses, not only at the SEC, but at other administrative agencies. There are a lot of new rules and regulations that were rolled out. There are a lot of unintended consequences, many of which will need to be addressed.
You sound like you're auditioning for the job because you're coming out with all the things that Trump wants to see, right? Are you auditioning? Are you throwing your hat in the ring?
Well, I'm just going back to my experience in the last transition we had with President Trump. I was fortunate to be on our executive staff as a senior advisor to acting Chairman Michael Pivovar. who was named by President Trump to take over the agency after the Obama administration. And there are so many things, like the situation was back then, that need to be addressed. Back then, it was many of the regulatory overreaches that resulted from implementation of the Dodd-Frank Act.
Mark, I think your hat is firmly in the ring as of right now. Mark Ueda, thank you very much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And again, you know, just hearing these discussions on crypto now, again, everything has changed. If you go back just a couple months ago, you know, crypto was this like terrible thing. It was this bad thing. You have to stay away from crypto because a lot of what we were hearing was the anti-crypto thesis. Now, everything has done a 180. And I do believe that, you know, if Mark Ueda is the new commissioner, things are going to get pushed forward very fast around crypto. I would argue that we're probably going to have proper regulations by the end of 2025, which has always been the outline with the FSB, with the G20, the BIS, the IMF as well. I really do believe that utility projects are about to go absolutely parabolic, like explode even beyond, you know, where they are right now, beyond their 2021 highs. I'm very excited about the path forward. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.